Welcome back to another Excel tutorial. Today we want to have a look into the IFERROR function. The IFERROR function in Excel is a tool designed to catch and handle errors in formulas and expressions. It works by evaluating a given formula, and if an error is detected, it returns an alternative specified value instead of the error. It belongs to the logic group of functions, and as I said, it returns a specified value if the formula results in an error. Otherwise, it returns the result of the formula. The syntax starts with an IFERROR, open parenthesis, the value, and then the value if there is an error. And value is the expression to check for an error, and value if error is the value to return by Excel if an error is found. I prepared a little column here with a find function, which I explained in my last video inside the if function. And yeah, the find function is basically used to search for a text string within another text string, returning the position of the first occurrence, and is case sensitive. So in this case, we want to find CA in the order ID. So where does CA start in this text string? And it starts at the first character because, yeah, as you can see, CA is at the very beginning of the text string. If I would, for example, search for 2016, it will return a 4 because C is on the first position, then comes A, then comes minus, and then comes 2. So now it should return 4. Exactly. And yeah, we are searching for CA. And as you can see right here in row ID 4 and 5, we will get an error because we can't find CA inside those text strings. And this is where it comes to the IFERROR function. So we don't want to have this error messages inside our Excel, and we can just use the IFERROR function on every field, even if the value is shown correctly, because it won't affect correct values, it will just affect error values. So we start by an IFERROR, and then we open the parentheses. We have our value. If it's correct, nothing will happen. If there's an error message, then we want to have 0 in this case. We close the parentheses and we drag down. Okay, now you can see we have 0 instead of an error because for every error value detected, Excel will replace it by 0. And in the last video, I showed you that we can use this information now to find the country where the order ID is coming from. So CA stands for Canada and US for the United States. And now we can basically just use the if function again, but it's now very simple. If this field equals 1, then please give us Canada, else give us USA, close the parentheses, and we can actually just mark the if it's working, we can mark the complete range, because then the formula will automatically apply to all rows. And now we have the USA here and Canada for every one, and it worked out perfectly fine. So what happens if I remove the IFERROR function again? Then you'll see, okay, we'll get an error message for both. And the IFERROR function will also work, for example, if you divide numbers by 0. So give an example, if we divide this sales by 0, we'll get, of course, an error. And we can say, if there's an error, then please give us, I don't know, 5. And if there's an error detected, it will give us 5. Of course, if I drag it out, it will be 5 for every row, because every number divided by null, by 0 will be an error, or will lead to an error. So yeah, it will be replaced by a 5 in every case. I hope you liked the video. If you did like it, then please give it a thumbs up and see you in the next video.